Hello, this is the fourth video in the series that I'm making regarding developing an emergency bug out bag for a natural disaster. Now along the way, I've not just been giving you a list of items to put in your bag. What I've also been doing is I've been putting in your mind certain things to think about that go beyond just your bag. It's how you can view various situations. It gives you a philosophy or a grid to view the world in this hypothetical scenario that we're talking about. So, this video is going to get you to think about the types of people that you're likely to run across in a situation where there's a natural disaster that has led to chaos, a breakdown of law and order, and a situation where for the foreseeable future all you have is the assets that you have acquired over time and the allies that you've created before this event has occurred. So in that scenario, I would put forth that you're likely to run into four main types of people. The first is what I would describe as natural predators. These people are predators by nature, regardless of what society looks like at the time. So, in good times and bad, these people are always looking at you as prey. They're looking at what they can get from you. They might be looking for assets, such as vehicles and tools, to food, to your women to rape, to your they might be looking at your children to snatch them up to sell them into slavery, sex slavery. There's just that list is endless. These types of people are always your enemy under all circumstances, and you can never trust them. An example of this might be someone who was raised in a very socioeconomically deprived area, like maybe a ghetto, or something like along those lines, where they had no moral upbringing except the people that they ran with. They had no priest, they had no teacher, they had no coach, no mother and father, whatever, to help them or guide them. They were just left to their own devices. So these people are going to be all over the place in this setting. They're going to come out of the woodwork. The other type of person is going to be people that have been pushed into being predators because of the situation that they're in. These people might be neighbors, they might be coaches, they might be librarians, they might be police officers, they might be the bus drivers, anybody. They're in a situation where they have not planned ahead, and they have found themselves in a situation where their children are hungry, their pets are hungry, their wife is at risk for being raped. And these people are now, because of that situation, they are going to be trying to gain assets that they didn't acquire before this natural disaster. And they're going to, because of this situation, they're in a sense forced to being predators. And so that's the second type of person that you're going to have to be aware of. So just because you are friends with so-and-so down the street, and that you guys take each other's kids to soccer practice and hang out and have barbecues and drink beer and box in the front yard and all this type of thing, they could quickly go from that to someone who's looking to kill you and eat you, basically. That's a bit extreme, but that's the type of situation that we're dealing with, where they are being pushed to do things they wouldn't normally do. The third category of person is basically what I would classify myself as this, and I suspect most of you are also. You are people that are willing to do anything and everything to protect the ones you love and to protect your assets. And in a scenario where there is no law and order, and you are the law and you are the order, in situations like that, you will do anything, including killing people that are trying to harm you and your family. And so this is the third type of person you're going to be dealing with. These are people that you want as allies and not as enemies, because they can be your best ally, but they can damn sure be your worst enemy. So these are the types of people that you want to have prepping groups with and talk about things beforehand and try to, make them your allies. And you're an asset to them as well, because in a situation like that, you're going to be just as dangerous as they are to you. So it's better to have friends than enemies. And then the fourth group of people are victims. That's everyone else. In my opinion, there's only 4 groups. That's it, no more. You're either a predator by nature, a predator because you've been driven to it. You are a type of person that would be willing to do anything at all to protect the ones you love and the things you have. And then there are victims. That's everyone else. Victims may be victims simply because they were raised in a religious environment that talked about loving your neighbor as yourself, and and sort of allowing people to trample on you. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. Love your neighbor as yourself. But in a situation where it's where all hell is broken loose, these people, unless they also have a different part of them, they're going to end up with everything gone that they have, with their family murdered and raped, and in a very bad situation. So the victims, and it doesn't just necessarily have to be religious. It can be your timid personality, or you never had to face adversity. You might have been raised in, let's say, a private school where people's where bullies were always taken off and penalized, and so you never had to interact with them much. You didn't have to face adversity in that way. So those are the 4 groups of people, and I can't think of any others. So if you would like to comment on maybe I missed something, I'm willing to consider that. But I truly believe those are the 4 categories that people you're likely to run across. Thanks. See you in the next video.